Well, hello and welcome to the show. We're having a little bit of a fun start to the morning. For those of you who are joining us, welcome. We are exactly 2 minutes away from 7:10. Trying to get the amazing chat up and running. Here we go. Got it up and running. Sweet. Now, I know most of my fans aren't up this early, so you guys are probably going to watch this probably a little later. But this morning's operations are in part by Quaking Aspen. Thank you guys for your graciousness for this. Thank you again. This is the one we chose. I put my signature on there, MT, Tokamando. Uh, it's 7:10 right now. We got a clean piece. We're going to take a 1 gram dab. Here's the stuff. This is what it looks like. All right, there's the tool. Let's load this puppy up. Take a cold hump dab. Just to show you, I loaded the whole gram in. Happy 7:10, everybody. I hope you're enjoying it wherever you are. We're roasting a booger of boogers. This isn't even the biggest dab I've done on the show, but it is a 1 gram proper. And we got her nice and hot. Let's throw this cap on. Cheers, everybody. We got our Michael Conrad rig with their campfire banger. So, there's 1 gram in there. He's losing heat too fast. That was awesome, chat. I got a couple likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, there's still a little stuff in there. Let's get this puppy a little hotter and kill off the rest of this. Man. That's a slap in the face. That's all she wrote for 1 gram. That's a great way to get the day started. Whew. Wow. Chat, that's awesome. Yeah, we got a little slate torch, and then we have our blazer torch, which you guys saw a little bit. Honestly, if we're gonna go for torch, I love my blazer. It's just a absolute workhorse of a torch. Whew. That was not bad. Chat, that was interesting. I haven't had that in a while. We haven't done a 1 gram in a while, so we did it with a Conrad glass. Shout out to Conrad. Um, he does some absolute phenomenal work. Again, we normally don't do this with a small rig like this, with the helmet size. As you guys can see, I have cleaned it. Cleared it, not cleaned it. So, yeah, that was a booger. We did a full gram. We're kind of just saving on dabs today. We're gonna only do the one for the big one for the show like this morning. I might pull up the puff. It's the Dr. Dabber once I get my lungs back. My lungs decided to say, fuck it, we're going on vacation. So did my nose. Whew. I can start to slowly feel it creeping on me. And again, we don't normally do these early morning shows, but it is 7:10. We figured we'd bring you guys along with for just a few minutes in the morning. We'll have an afternoon show as well. It won't be as extravagant as this morning, but it will be with a really nice piece. I'm thinking either a Special K egg or this mystery artist piece. And I think it was Windsor Glass and then Fire Thin Glass who did the repair work for it. So, for that mystery glass, it was it's gracefully put onto the show by one of our older cameramen who used to be on the show for a long time. And yeah, he's adding some pieces to the show. Thank you again. This piece here, we've had this one for years, but we just got it back from Michael Conrad. It was broken. We accidentally broke it years ago, and then Conrad graciously fixed this. It's one of our pieces that we use for the show for our glass hits, actually. So we don't hit off of like cheaper glass. We actually kind of hit off of headier glass. Our flower hits also are kind of the same way. I just don't bring those down here to the studio as much because, yeah, it gets a little too warm down here, even with the AC unit going on it. for us to leave nice things down here. Whew. That was awesome, chat. That was really awesome. You know, I do like the hot knife that we actually do use all the time on the show. Uh, Eventually, we're gonna replace it with it's a hot knife and it's got a temp gun on it. So it's kind of cool. But we can whip shatter with this, which is kind of really cool. I've attempted to do it once with it, and it actually did kind of whip it a little bit, so it was kind of interesting. I had to keep stirring, but it was a low enough level of heat equaled with the jar that it actually worked. All right, I'm gonna take a small hit, not as big as I just did. And this stuff's from Quaking Aspen as well. And this is their Bumper OG butter. What we hit earlier was their mixed sugar, which that was pretty good. That was pretty flavorful. We're kind of just starting off today with our one of our favorites, and they really have helped out the show quite a bit, and that's Quaking Aspen. I gotta go grab some stuff from LPC. We have stuff from Sacred Sons, and our other favorite, um, and that is Grizzly Pines. So we got quite a show for you guys today. So it's kind of melted to the side of the jar. That's the 1 gram. Kind of flatten it out. Whew, chat, that was a booger we just took. I'm not gonna lie. So this is the size that we normally take. It's not big, but it's not little either. I don't normally upend a jar. And honestly, um, the team and us, we put this actually to a vote this morning. Sorry, not this morning, yesterday morning, on which brand we were gonna go with first. We went with Quaking Aspen, and oh yeah, I had a cart that was. I guess I left that upstairs in my sorry, in my office. Okay, so that kind of sucks. I was hoping I brought it down. I don't normally leave stuff in the office. But yeah, Orchard is the cartridge that we decided to go with for the show. So we got an Orchard cartridge, well, disposable. Um, then we got some. We kind of started it last night for tonight, so last night's review. That stuff kind of blew me out of the water, and that was from Sacred Sons, which we have two more of those, which are going to be into the day. So we're going to just kind of be hitting all of it. And our next show is going to be a Dabathon, and that's going to be at 7:10. Well, starts at 7. So we kind of go through 7:10. We were supposed to start this at like at 8. Sorry, at not 8, sorry, at 7. We had some technical issues and trying to get some of the equipment up and running, all of that. You know how that goes, guys. And also, this rig was picked out of about 30 different tiny rigs that I have. Um, by me and my staff. Uh, so you guys normally just see me, but we do normally have a camera guy who sometimes he reaches his. I do the little hand thing. I used to do that a lot where I just turn it off myself. Um, I am turning it off right now from today because I did not want to wake up my camera guy this early in the morning. He probably will be here for the 7:10 and or the later show. Um, and he is our usual camera guy. We had this guy on for a long, long time as well. And Token Revan and Token Overlord, we went through on video chat, kind of did a big walkthrough through the rigs that I have for this side of the show and big pipes and stuff like that because we can convert anything we want into a rig. And we normally do. So we were looking through all the different rigs that we have, and we found quite a few. Um, but they kept going back to the Conrad. Now it's loaded, but the opal on this that he did, wow, that's just gorgeous. Every time I look at it, I see it. It's just gorgeous. And his inside out work, where he does little snakes with his cane work. That's really cool. And I like how he did. It's not a true black, and it's not a true black at the base. We don't normally get to show rigs off. We don't normally get to tell you guys about the glass collection that I've had growing for quite a few years. We're going to continue to let that grow because it's starting to turn into a little bit of a museum as well. Because we got some pieces in there that are pretty old. And yeah, we're gonna start showing off a little bit of the collection. I'm thinking about taking the ray gun out and grabbing some hash out as well, for because it's an old school nail and it works really well. Yeah, I had barely had a QO tip after the 1 gram. Which was crazy. Curious to see how this down tube looks later. Ooh, almost knocked an expensive cap off. I just got wax on my tooth. Ow. I'm betting this thing is pretty clogged. This is the small rig beginning with 710. We have a much bigger rig that we intend to use for the later show today. And yeah, this thing's pretty nice. Banger's starting to get a little too much heat in one spot type deal. We're thinking about getting some newer glass. So we'll see. For at least for the bangers, we're gonna go online. We're probably gonna get some Red Bear glass. Um, I do like them, but probably gonna have to think about getting some nicer bangers a little bit later on for the show. But those are what we're using for right now, and they work pretty well. Normally we have campfire on for these guys. They're a pretty good brand as well. But those are the normally the two I use for brands. That was a question that was asked a while ago, and didn't really answer that. I went through the video from the other day, and sorry I didn't get to that question until today. Sometimes we miss because the camera has such a small screen, so you can't really see the chat on it, but it's running this live. So we have a tablet like it's right over here, and it it helps so you can see your guys' comments, but sometimes we miss them, and I apologize. All right, so let's do one more for this 710, and I think I am done. I feel like I'm about to fall over, chat. This has been epic. First starts in the morning. That was awesome. Alrighty, chat. I'll see you guys here on the next one. So stay tuned. We got another show at 7:10. We might do one at 5:10. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. We're having a fun day. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon.